Huynh Tieu Huong. The light at the end of the road and the mission of the good-hearted people. Crazy Hong, a familiar nickname and also a loving way of calling her friends, the ragged loincloth, once reserved for her. They call her crazy because it is rare for a woman to be willing to trade a life of wealth, affluence, a beautiful and free youth to walk on an arduous and challenging road, only to have to bear and raise the fate of orphans and disabled children who are helpless and abandoned by their biological parents. They love their crazy friend because no matter how much worries and hardships they endure, through the storms of life, they always silently destroy their will and energy. But she is still strong and brave. Walk across the path full of light and love to protect your beloved cubs. She is Huynh Tieu Huong, founder and director of Quehuong Humanitarian Center, located in Tan Long Quarter, Tan Dong Hiệp Ward, Điện Town, Binh Duong Province. At the age of 16, while his peers were going to school in 2 days, and spent years full of dreams, Huynh Tieu Huong was too familiar with the scene of infection at the beginning of the street. Father, mother, no relatives, no relatives. Many people can't help but feel pity for her lonely life in a world full of traps. But Tieu Huong not only lives well and lives beautifully but also dares to accept an abandoned infant as her child. Mine. She was a mother in such ironic circumstances. The predestined relationship with unrecognized beings has grown over the years and made her the mother of the largest number of children in Vietnam ever since. She has conceived and raised 345 children, all of whom are in very pitiful and unfortunate circumstances. There are children with me because their mother accidentally got pregnant. They are too young or the family is too poor. The most heartbreaking are the children who are only because of disability, incurable disease, but their parents do not ruthlessly deprive them of their chance to live. Accepting these unrecognized beings for care and nurturing is like carrying an extra burden on the body. Because taking care of and raising a newborn baby is not easy. Here, all the children were abandoned by their parents right from the moment they were born. Because they are not breastfed. They are not warmed and cuddled by their mothers, so the children's resistance is very weak and they are constantly sick. Every time one child gets sick, many others get infected at the same time. The cost of medicine and taking care of the children alone is a heavy burden, full of hardships. However, she still took care of and cared for the baby fully, one by one. In particular, all of her children, when they reached school age, were allowed to go to school, and their mother gave them a full range of gifted subjects, foreign languages, and informatics, to maximize their abilities and interests. Over 20 years of happiness and sadness in the lives of children. What makes her happy and proud most of all is not the titles and praises of the world but the growth and maturity of her children. Love. The awards. Certificates of merit at the end of the school year. The glittering medals in sports competitions. The university diplomas of each child are a meaningful and priceless gift. the sweet fruit that she deserves. Deserved and always appreciated. Good news from far away. Gradually, the name Huynh Tieu Huong and the K Hong Humanitarian Center became more and more known and shared in love, support, and material as well as spiritual support. This is really a great source of encouragement and comfort for her to confidently continue on the long road of volunteering ahead. However, life is always incomplete and full of difficulties and challenges. In addition to the pressure of rice and money for 345 children, she has many times faced with streams of information, speculations that are unfounded, untrue, and even bring bitter feelings to her heart. However, she has never felt so indignant as when she was deliberately misrepresented by two American newspapers, Viet News and Saigon USA News, in 2004. These two newspapers claimed that Tieu Huong was a high-level spy for the government Vietnam and was a spy involved in propaganda work in the name of humanitarian work. Some articles even hinted that the orphans were admitted by humanitarian organizations but were in fact future victims of the prostitution industry, the children of corrupt officials. Vietnam's corruption. Faced with baseless information that offends the honor, reputation and dignity of an entire nation and country, these two newspapers must publicly apologize by posting a notice on the front page in both English and Vietnamese correcting their untruthful content. That is K Hong Kindergarten, primary school, and junior high school, officially opened since the 2016-2017 school year. It is an eco-tourism area in Dong Nai Province, expected to be inaugurated in September this year. Not stopping there. Even though her health is not good and her financial conditions are getting more and more difficult and tight, she still tries non-stop to continue to make more new plans for her children, which is building a vocational school, building a children's hospital right in the heart of K Hong. It can be said that in any situation, single mother Huynh Tieu Huong always finds the light at the end of the road and is determined to help lead the children on that path. Hopefully, your mother and daughter will always receive the sharing and companionship of the community and society so that their journey to the future, the light for their children is always wide, open and full of joy.